We go to Bybit. Just get rid of this stuff. Just showing. Wait, hide that. All right. So everything is on is everything that I'm seeing is just a reaction to Bitcoin's price action at the moment. You can see that there was quite a large amount of volume in this down move and this another down move, and all of that volume is being absorbed. Yeah, you can see that there's a massive amounts of absorption. So someone has been selling and basically their sell orders have been bought. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Now, if the absorption continues, then we're trying to find a new low in the price. Okay, and it's all about whether people are, how bullish people are, whether they can absorb it. I always think it's more bullish to buy when Bitcoin goes down on your altcoins. Yeah, and so obviously someone has been selling. If that person hadn't sold, then it's very possible that we would still be in this kind of horizontal correction here to go up, which would have been more bullish because you just have a higher starting price to move to the next place. That hasn't happened. Someone sold, whoever it was, shame on you. But it doesn't really matter because now we can see that the selling's being absorbed. So that gives me confidence that we're kind of holding this kind of this range or this level. So if you look at the ranges in historic TRVL price action, you've got this range here, which was basically 3 cents to 4 cents, almost 3.5. Then you have kind of this range. We have another range there. So it's kind of like from 3.5 cents to 5 or so, and then that kind of split in half as well. So and now we're above that. We're into the next range. Now the next range has been quite wide. It's quite a wide range. Why is that range quite wide? Because we've come into historic price volume where you had wide price action, you know, like whereas here the price action was quite tight. So as you go up, you end up with tight price action. And as you can see in this top part, it was kind of like this. And so that's why we're getting this kind of behavior where the price is moving quite a lot because there's no real volume historically. So the price does move a lot. Okay. And that's probably the reason why it's doing that. And then in the future, if and when we manage to somehow break up again, because this was quite a fast move relatively, although here on Bybit you can see there is some volume. Okay, so it's not relatively small. There is some trap liquidity that needs to be cleared, but because of the way the prices move down fast, in the future you will expect the price to move up quite fast and probably all the way up there really fast. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. And I also, just because our all-time high is reported as 1.656, the reality is that a lot of people don't care or know about reported all-time highs, and so they'll just be looking at the Bybit high. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get a lot of people look at that and think that's the all-time high, even though it's not, even though the all-time high is at 1.56, which is somewhere there, and they'll be buying all the way up to $4.50. Yeah, so I expect the price, once we get past this area that we're in now, I do expect the price to go up quite fast in the future. And I'm just hoping that the price goes up with good volume. Okay, so that's quite important. That will be the final buy up on my Wyckoff idea. if the price starts doing that. And then we have to see what happens. Obviously, I think some people will take profit or some people will hold off for higher. We just have to see what happens. So the main thing for TRVL is that we're rejecting from the 5 cents area. That's what I can see. So I want to show you what I was noticing yesterday. Yeah. And I just look at it and I think, you see yesterday, and when Bitcoin was trying to go down and trying to make new lows, obviously TRVL was, throughout the course of yesterday, TRVL was selling off as with Bitcoin. And then you see this buy up, and then it's come back down, take the low, and another buy up. You see, these are buy ups. Okay. So what I'm seeing on TRVL is that the 5 cent region is being rejected. We're getting rejection from anything under 5 cents right now, under 6 cents. Yeah. So if the price comes back into the 5 cents bracket, we're getting rejections. We're not getting acceptance back into the 5 cents bracket. At the moment, we're getting buy ups. So you can clearly see where we are now in terms of the price action. It's tried to go down and it's failed. It's trying to go down and it's failing. Okay, so there's definitely a psychological support and resistance line here, and it looks like that every time the price gets underneath 6 cents into the 5 cent zone, it's getting bought up. Okay, that's what it looks like. This is quite healthy for continuation, because actually to make a higher low, good afternoon, Matt Fontaine. To make a higher low, we just need to hold this low at 5.1 cents. And right now, I can see that people are not allowing the price to go down below 6 cents. I can see that. Okay. Obviously, if Bitcoin drops, everything can change. But I'm just focused on what I can see right now. I'm not focused on what could happen in the future. What's interesting about yesterday as well is there was a daily level here, and the price has already cleared that level. So naturally, the next time we go up, it's going to be easier to get through. And again, up here, you see there's a daily level. It was front run, but it was basically cleared. I consider that as cleared. And so as we go up in the future, it's going to be slightly easier to get back up to about 8.8 cents, where you have the next untapped daily level there, and then higher up at about 10 cents, you've got the next untapped daily level there. So you have a couple of higher daily levels, which will act as resistance until flipped into support. And again, you see on the weekly time frame, that weekly level was already cleared of liquidity. So that's not going to be as strong to resist the price if and when we go up in the future. That's quite good to see. And then obviously the only other issue then will be, depending on how this month ends, no one knows how the month is going to end. Everyone thinks it's going to end red, but for all intents and purposes, it could be an explosive green month taking us to new highs. Yeah, we don't know yet. Like, this candle is still in a formation being formed. If it was to close right now, you'd have a new monthly level there. But I think we have to see what happens. Okay, no one knows. I can't tell you how and what the future is going to behold. I do know that we're getting a lot of buying, we're getting selling, we're getting buying, and the price is holding at these levels. Okay, so it's very easy to see that people are buying, and we're getting a rejection of the 5 to 6 cents area. So anything underneath 6 cents is getting bought up at the moment. Now, anything can change in the future, but that's quite good to see. It's quite interesting to see that people are valuing this token higher than 5 cents, and 6 cents is now becoming a nice firm psychological level for buying this token. That's basically my TRVL observations. You can still buy at less than 6 cents on Gate by a fraction. And And obviously everything has everything to do with Bitcoin and how Bitcoin behaves. And so right now Bitcoin is showing a little bit of strength, and so therefore people are naturally kind of buying up their altcoins again. If we do get some kind of news crash, let me just clear these single prints now because they're irrelevant. If we do get some kind of news crash, then there's no reason why altcoins don't follow. But I just think that that's an opportunity to buy up altcoins at lower prices. When it comes to TRVL, I've been thinking about this a lot. I think the best time to buy is when Bitcoin is red. Yeah. So if you go side by side, if you go side by side with Bitcoin, yeah, and if you, whatever time frame that you enjoy, if you see Bitcoin print a red candle, that's a good time to buy. And I think if we can collectively do that, then we're going to be looking at higher prices in the future. Now, I don't see that just yet, but you see here where Bitcoin was green, what you want is every time Bitcoin is red, you want green on TRVL. And that, you can kind of see it's happening there and there. See that? And then here and here, you see that? Two reds and TRVL is green. So someone is actually doing exactly that. Every time Bitcoin is red, someone is actually buying. So someone is actually doing what I'm suggesting, which is holding the price higher on TRVL. And that's really a collective strategy. If Bitcoin is red, let's make TRVL green. And eventually what happens is that you end up with higher prices in TRVL, and then when Bitcoin finally goes up, everything goes up. It's just the way the market works. All right, so that's kind of my TRVL update. I think what's interesting as well is that on the Telegram, there is this new feature which allows you to see which properties are being booked as they're booked. You see this? New booking processed. Coconut Chill just processed a direct booking using Dtravel. Revenue earned will be used to buy back TRVL. You see that? So that's quite new. Any revenue that Dtravel makes through real world transactions is going to be used to buy TRVL. So there's now that what's happened is there's a direct correlation between the value of the real world and the value of TRVL. So as the network of Dtravel grows, the more valuable TRVL is going to become. So we're looking at Dtravel in its early stages right now. But if you can imagine a future where Dtravel is competing against the big boys in the real world, Airbnbs, etc., then if that idea continues, then you're going to have a really valuable TRVL, because all of the real world value is actually being used to buy up TRVL. Okay, so I think that's quite bullish to see that. And then obviously you can also click on these links to see the properties in question which are being booked. I'll show you this one quickly. Let me just change my screen to that. So it's an entire condo studio in Toronto that was just booked on Dtravel. £93 a night. It's quite nice. Look at that. It's quite clean. So if you want to go to Toronto, you know where to go now. One queen bed. This is the location. It's quite nice. It's right by the water. What else is there? Bathroom. That's your bed. Is it a studio flat? It looks like a studio. Kitchen. Yeah, it's a studio. Let's check it. Let's check. Have a look at it. Perfect. What's in it? All right. So that's that coconut. It's called Coconut Chill. If anyone's interested. They have some other apartments as well. Coconut Chill. You can have a look at that. They've got like 3 apartments, entire townhouse with parking in downtown Toronto. £115 a night. That's quite good. It's quite cheap. And then what else is interesting is that if you look at the Dtravel Twitter, they're doing some real bullish posts these days. So read this. 5 hours ago, public launch soon, avoid excessive commission fees, discover stage you can book directly, and they've got a screenshot of the new search feature, find a stay. See that? So this is going to launch soon. These are all direct listings, and it's all peer-to-peer. So if I was to go and book any one of these properties, it would be peer-to-peer, using the blockchain, using smart contracts. Yeah. That's the game changer, really, because it becomes much cheaper than because you can avoid the Airbnb fees. This is quite an interesting post. Dtravel roadmap updates, Traveler app version 1, Night Protocol development, TRVL growth incentives program, Dtravel AI beta release. This is the part 1, and then two-way Airbnb sync. So this is quite good. There's a lot of good stuff happening here. What is this? Oh, this was from before. We're preparing to launch an early release of our meta search. Yeah, there's lots of updates. So I think this is quite good. So if anyone's interested, then get involved in the Telegram and interaction with the Twitter. All right, that's Dtravel. Any questions about that? Yeah. So a good time to buy TRVL is when BTC is red. You see red candles on BTC, that's the best time, all right? Because when BTC goes up, then the price won't go down. Shouldn't. Set aside for USDT for TRVL. Thanks and tip. Oh, message retracted. I mean, I'm only speaking from my own experience. These are my properties on Dtravel. This is me. These are mine. In London. Not cheap. I've been doing this for many years on Airbnb. That's my Airbnb profile. See that? 162 reviews, almost 5 stars. What's that? Notifications, maybe. And then I only show this to people who are on my stream and on my videos. I mean, I guess I could put it in. It's not a big deal. I want people to see how big this can become, because it's kind of under the radar at the moment. Let me just log in. Once I log in, so this is my back end. So I've had 18, see that, 18 bookings, and this is the revenue. And actually this has been in beta or alpha. I was the first booking. So once this really takes off, you're going to see this, this is going to become really big, I think. And the great thing is that you don't need to, you can be on Airbnb, you can be on booking.com, you can be on everything, yeah? You can be on all of them if you want. You don't have to just be on Dtravel. But the good thing about Dtravel is that if someone now goes in to book one of my apartments, then it's a peer-to-peer transaction. Yeah, it's a direct booking. There's no intermediaries, there's no third party. And then the other good thing is that it's insured by Superhog, by this company, and it's got quite a good insurance package. It's actually better than Airbnb. So they do guest screening, and they do a comprehensive insurance for damage and other stuff. So it's quite good. I'm quite bullish on this. Oh, there you go. Look, some buying. That's what I want to see. I mean, I think in the scale of things, of what could happen in the future with this project, 6 cents is a steal. Yeah, technically I'm expecting all-time highs, and so from a current price to the all-time high, to the reported all-time high, it's a 25x. So that's an easy trade. It's an easy play. I've been telling people that it's good from 2.4 cents or 2 cents, but actually my higher time frame targets, without doing Elliott waves, because I'm still kind of trying to, I've got an Elliott wave count on TRVL. Where do I have it? I've got it on here. So this is a work in progress, my Elliott wave count, and because it's quite this token hasn't really moved, we just have to see how, like, the behavior of tokens are very different from each other, and so I'm just trying to see if I can count this. I don't know if the wave, this is a wave, or we have to see. So I'm just trying to count it and trying to track it, and we'll see what happens. But my higher targets, without kind of any like crazy technical analysis, is just a fib extension from the all-time high to the all-time low. That wick is a scam wick. That wick up there is not correct. So basically it's from the all-time high, which is basically 1.56, something like that, to the all-time low, which is there, and then you do an extension. So without any kind of effort, these are my targets, but it'll be a lot easier to come up with targets once the waves start to take shape. We'd love to hear your thoughts on when a good entry into shadow token would be, and if it's looking healthy.